What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my marvelous miniverse. I know it's been a minute since I've done a crafting video for you guys. Due to the virus, we've been playing online a lot, and not only has that kind of killed my crafting motivation, but it takes a lot of time to set up the maps and everything. But anyway, so I thought I would get back to crafting a little bit, and I'd do some really easy scatter, some simple stuff. So I just made some modular walls, and I made them pretty plain so that we could use them on any kind of terrain and they wouldn't look too far out of place. So anyway, so what should have been a really simple build, actually I made a lot of mistakes and it took a lot longer than it should, but the theory is pretty simple. So anyway, I'll quit yapping at you and we'll just get on after it. So I just started off with my cheapo foam cutter and rigged up fence there and cut a bunch of strips to make bricks with. A whole bunch of strips, and then made them two strips wide for the length of the bricks there, and cut out tons and tons of bricks. And then I got the tumbler out with my chunks of concrete, put the bricks in there, and shook it up and shook it up and shook it up until they had the texture I wanted. Separated everything out, cut some bases. I just cut them 1 inch wide by 6 inches long. Sanded that down. That's MDF that I used. And then those 1 inch, those are 1 inch squares there. Those are going to be the pillars for the sides. Once I got those to the right height, I just textured those up with my texture roller there, made sure to hit all the corners and the edges. Made sure each one looked pretty good. And then I glued those to the sides and glued my bricks down the middle, and right about here is where I figured out I somehow got two different sizes of bricks. I think my rigged up little fence didn't work out very well. I must have bumped it or something. So I had to take a little time to separate my bricks. I finally got my walls made, and I wanted to put that gate in one of them. So I just kind of freehanded it and used that mini there to check and make sure it was the right size. And it's a little bit off, but it's not too bad. And then I used the little hot wire cutter thing to cut it out. It's a little less messy than using the knife, even though I had to come back with the knife and clean it back up. And even using the knife, I couldn't get it quite as clean as I wanted to, so I grabbed some of this foam core and I cut a little strip, just 1 brick wide, to lay up in there. Made sure I textured it real good. It's going to look like stone also. Cut it to fit. Glued it in place. So I had it glued down. I had to draw the little bricks in there for it. And some of the hot glue off of there. So there you go. Texture on it. I think it adds a little something to it. Then I just traced out the door, chopped it out. Trimmed it just a little at a time to make sure it fit, and then drew some wooden planks on there, both sides. Textured that up with the foam brush, and then I cut some little strips for the bracing, the wooden braces on the door. Make sure I textured those all up too, and I squished them down kind of flat so they'd lay a little flatter, wouldn't stick out too much. Glued those on there. Cut the little Z shapes into it. Made sure it all fit, glued her down. And then I started on the battlements, the crenellated battlements at the top. Pretty simple, just foam core. Use that little cup there to make my little archways. cut it all out. And then I kind of struggled a little bit with doing a brick pattern on it. I didn't do it very well, so it's not perfect, but I think it looks okay. In the end, it looks all right. Good enough to play a game with, I think. So there they are, all done, and just base coated with black paint and Mod Podge. And once that was dry, I just painted it up. Started with the door. Just painted brown on the wood. Nothing special. Then I just took a gray and just overbrushed all the stone. Now the gray is dry, and I came in with this parchment color, and I just did a heavy dry brush on it. Just hit all the stone. Tried to keep it a little bit like Zenithal style from the top down. For those pieces. And for the final highlights, I just got titanium white out and did a light dry brush. And when that was all done, I got my homemade wash out, and it's just black paint, water, and a little bit of dish soap. And I just washed all those down, and there you go. There they are in the desert. And there's a little barracks in the forest. So that's it, guys. Pretty simple walls. I do think they look better in the like the forest terrain than they did the desert, but I don't think they're too far out of place. I think if I would have put moss or vines or anything on them, then they wouldn't have really fit in. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe, and if you have subscribed, thank you again for that. And if you want to see more crafting and more tabletop gaming related stuff, check out the Tabletop Dungeoneers. There's links to their YouTube channel down there, and links to the Discord too. There's a whole bunch of people in the Discord that do tabletop gaming related videos, everything from D&D to Warhammer to Star Wars to Gundams, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, if you're interested in all that, go ahead and check them out, and we'll see you next time.